Let's go back to this awakening that we're seeing. You've been
Okay.
around for a while, and you
Sure.
started the John Birch Society, a few decades back. I don't want to give away your age. What are you, 39, 49 these days?
Yeah, you can put a multiplication underneath that.
What I wanted to know is, someone who's seen, so much more than me and a lot of others. This awakening, is this unique? I mentioned the Poles and the Hungarians, and we have friends in Poland, and feel free to elaborate on some of that, whatnot. It seems like there is, that people are awakening to the, first and foremost, this threat, this one world threat, which we were called kooks for a long time, right?
Right.
So have things changed over time regarding how people, or at least how mainstream the idea of this threat is?
Things have changed. We started a number of front organizations. We call them ad hoc committees because that's really what they are. We've never hidden the fact that the John Birch Society is behind these organizations, so they can't be fronts in the sense of the way the communists do it. But over the years, we've been able to get people to understand the background on a number of issues. And that has really what has created this groundswell all around the world, actually, against internationalism. Here, for instance, and you've compiled this, I'll give you credit for this. These are just the mentions of the John Birch Society in publications where the average citizen, they never read them. They probably never even heard of most of them. Things like the Atlantic magazine and things like that have said, wait a minute, here's one on the cover right here. It says, the John Birch Society never left.
That's from the New Republic.
That's from the New Republic, whatever that is.
Well, they actually been around for 100 years.
I know. I'm just kidding. But it says, Robert Welch and the John Birch Society were dismissed for years as wackos and losers, but they won the long game. And what they mean by that is that our work, our organization, over the years, educating people, not just here, but over around the world even, we've been able to get them understanding the dangers of what is known as globalism or internationalism or the New World Order or whatever name you want to put on it. And that was becoming a serious problem for these people that want the conspiracy that wants a one world government.
Right.
Because it was starting to fall apart. You take a look, for instance, you take a look at Europe. You mentioned Poland and Hungary, Brexit in England. These people want out of the European Union. You take a look at Japan under Abe. They wanted to be Japanese. They didn't want to be part of, a new world order.
Right.
And it was the same way in the United States, which coalesced under the leadership of Donald Trump in America First. But we used to have Birchers forming organizations back in the 60s called America First.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. And so that sort of thing over the years started to educate people as to the dangers of this huge organization over which there's no real control above that organization.
Yeah.
You got to remember the axiom of Lord Acton: power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Once we're in a one world government under the UN or whatever, there's nothing to stop that from becoming so corrupt. And we, as individuals...
Well, the UN is already,
it's terrible.
corrupt,
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah?
And most people don't know, for instance, that most agents...